Namaskar. Today, I am really happy to be amidst of you. And this occasion will always be a very, very memorable one for all of us. Respected Chairperson of Special Plenary Session, Ribha Ganguly Das, His Excellency High Commissioner of Bangladesh, Bhutan, Brunei, Malaysia, Singapore to India, His Excellencies Ambassador of Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, PDR, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam to India, His Excellency Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Philippines to India, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear media friends. It gives me great pleasure to be present here to take part in the third version of NADI dialogue. I also take this opportunity to thank the ASEAN Confluence for organizing this conclave on a topic which is both timely and appropriate. His Excellencies, the state of Assam has strong historical and cultural relation with Southeast Asia. The architect of Greater Assamese Society, Saulung Sukapha, came to Assam from Southeast Asia during the 13th centuries and laid the foundation of Ahom Kingdom. We in Assam celebrate 2nd December every year as Sukapha Divas on or Assam Divas to commemorate his advent in Assam after journey over Patkai Hills. In a nutshell, all of us present here are firmly embedded in a culture, commerce, and connectivity. Your Excellencies, the commonalities of India with your country are many compared to the dissimilarities. These similarities create a ground to walk together towards a peaceful and sustainable future. We Indians consider it as our cherished duty to not only preserve this age-old togetherness and friendship, but also wish to advance these shared values and legacy for benefit of our people, as well as for regional peace, stability, and prosperity to our countries. Your Excellencies, today we all live in a world of sweeping changes and multiple challenges that happened, but rarely in history we see global shift in power. The center of gravity of global economy is moving to Asia with the eastward shift of the engines of the global economy. There can be no doubt that the Indian Ocean is at the center of the emerging age of Asia. Today, we are all seeing a new awakening, a new recognition of interlinked destinies and a new belief in shared opportunities. In this context, our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, during his address at the Shangri-La Dialogue at Singapore on 30th of June 2018 said, "The destiny of the world will be deeply influenced by the course of development in the Indo-Pacific region. Our interests in the regions are vast and our engagement is deep, and we need to shape this region in our collective hopes and aspirations. As we envisage the Indian Ocean as an engine for growth and prosperity in our region and beyond, it is of utmost importance that we who live in this region bear the primary responsibilities for the peace, stability, and prosperities of the Indian Ocean." Your Excellencies, ever since our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, assumed office in 2014, India has enhanced its engagement in Southeast Asia. This was reflected in his remark in 2014 at the India-ASEAN Summit in Myanmar, where he declared that India's look-east policy has become act-east policy. The policy thus places ASEAN at the heart of act-east policy and at the center of the dream of an ASEAN century. A deeper economic integration with the dynamic Southeast Asian nations is an important aspect of our act-east policy. Under this policy, which is further reinforced by soaring visions of the ASEAN century, we are getting closely intertwined in a wave of co-prosperity through an intricate network of rail, road, air, and maritime link. On the connectivity front, there are several good news stories which are unfolding quietly and steadily. There is rapid and visible progress in a host of connectivity projects, including the India-Myanmar-Thailand trilateral highways and the Kaladan multimodal transit transport project. The trilateral highway is expected to have ripple effect on economic fortunes of people living in India's northern states. Plans to extend trilateral highways to Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam are shaping up and will open new vistas for enhanced trade, tourism, people-to-people contacts. Steps have also been initiated by India for upgrading and reviving the multimodal network of riverways with better last-mile land connectivity. Gangas and Brahmaputras, rivers between India and Bangladesh, are being revived. India government, under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, has already notified 106 number of additional waterways as national waterways by the National Waterways Act 2016. Till 2016, only 5 waterways recognized as national waterways. Among the national waterways 1, that is Gangawa riverways, and national waterways 2, that is Brahmaputra river, hold immense significance as they connect the India's hinterland with seaport. Further, these waterways also provide access of seaport to landlocked Bhutan and Nepal. There has already been significant improvement in the movement of cargo vessel in and organized manner on the Indo-Bangla Protocol route carrying cargo to northeast region of India and export cargo to Bangladesh. In the meantime, in February 2022, this year, a ship carrying more than 200 metric tons of food grains moved from Patna in Bihar to Pandu in Guwahati, traveling through Indo-Bangla Protocol route. This was indeed a remarkable journey in India's cargo movement infrastructure, with shipment moving more than 2,350 kilometers seamlessly on two of the world's largest river, sailing on international waters through the Indo-Bangladesh Protocol route, negotiating a delta on the Bay of Bengal before reaching Pandu. This has been a historic moment for the entire Northeast, because this is not just a journey from Patna to Pandu, but it is a journey of unfulfilled desire and aspiration to reach out to a wider world via waterways. Your Excellencies, maritime transportation help strengthen the economic integration, global or otherwise. Countries which built good ports with excellent backend infrastructure remain competitive in the world market. Not only it plays an important role in the development of industries, port has also been a direct ingredient in the development of an economy. Performance and efficiency of ports and shipping positively contribute to the growth of trade and vice versa. Keeping in view the vast untapped potential of trade, we all are in to initiate steps to augment infrastructure and capacity at all major ports. We all have to take time-bound initiative to reduce the structural gap in terms of maritime and shipping infrastructure. In the meantime, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji launched ambitious national initiative Sagarmala, a flagship program aimed at bringing about a step change in India's logistics sector performance by unlocking the full potential of India's coastline and waterways. The concept of port-led development is central to the vision of Sagarmala program. His Excellencies, we have achieved significant progress in this regard with improvement in many areas. The visible changes include improving efficiency of major ports, policy initiative and reforms supporting trade and ease of doing business, provision of multimodal services for logistic movement in the country through inland waterways, expansion in shipbuilding and recycling activities, and various measures to attract flagging of vessels in India. Your Excellencies, except Nepal and Bhutan, which are landlocked countries, we all are maritime nations with a rich and glorious history of maritime trade. We have energized our ancient link in a contemporary setting to become a driving force in Asia's resurgence. As a mature and responsible nation, one of the India's foreign policy interests is to evolve a regional architecture based on the twin principle of shared security and shared prosperity. This was enunciated by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji in 2015 in his vision of Sagar. Sagar stands for security and growth for all in the region. It recognizes the central role played by the seas and ocean around us in promoting sustainable economic progress in a secure and stable environment. The principle enshrined in Sagar provide us with a coherent framework to address some of these challenges relating to economic revival, connectivity, security, culture, and identity. The challenge before us is to ensure intra-ocean trade and investment, and the sustainable harnessing of the wealth of the sea, including food, medicine, and clean energy. A related aspect in the emergence of the blue economy as a promising new pillar of prosperity in the region with immense economic and employment potential. India is seeking a more cooperative and integrated future for the region through development of the ocean-based blue economy. A distinct feature of the blue economy lies in harnessing of marine resources for economic and social development and environmental sustainability without undermining the conservation and restocking aspect of these finite natural resources. Your Excellencies, India looks forward to working closely with your great country in a range of activities. We believe that our common prosperity and security requires us to evolve through dialogue, a common rule-based order for the region. Our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji said that such an order must believe in sovereignty and territorial integrity, as well as equality of all nations, irrespective of size and strength. He further said that these rules and norms should be based on the consent of all, not on the power of the few. This must be based on faith in dialogue and not dependence on force. It also means that when nations make international commitment, they must uphold them. This is the foundation of India's faith in multilateralism and regionalism, and of our principal commitment to the rule of law. I am confident that we will work together with one vision and one identity, and as one independent community, to connect us closer to realize an ASEAN century. We are to immerse our ancient link in a contemporary setting to become a driving force in Asia's resurgence. Your Excellencies, I thank you all for patiently hearing to my speech. I wish you a comfortable stay in Guwahati. You may also like to visit Kaziranga National Park, Ma Kamakya Temple, Brahmaputra, and places of tourist attraction to get a feel of our beautiful state before you go back. With these few words, today this particular conclave, mainly, I believe from my point of view, is successful because this conclave have made this assembly possible, assembly of our association, working together and building our future together. This is the power of an assembly, and with the noble endeavor, whatever you set the target, we must realize that God is very kind to the people on this Mother Earth. And we are all being necessarily integrated through our river system, towards sea and ocean. So we must learn the language of the power of water, the power of nature. That is why I appeal all of you, because you are very learned, His Excellencies, and also the dignified ladies and gentlemen. You all know that today the whole society is very much concerned about the preservation of ecology and environment. Ecology and environment, if we could protect it, then it would be easier for the human being to survive comfortably. So that is why this particular water system need to get proper care for the human being. So I believe this affection should have with the, planet Earth, and I believe whatever God is providing to us, it is always beautiful, lovable, and we must respect the law of nature. And if we pay our respect to law of nature, if we protect the nature, then definitely all the creation created by God will always live comfortably. With these few words, I pay my deep respect to all of you present here today. I am especially thankful to the organizer, because they have been, when they went to me to invite, then they were telling about the NADI. But when you talk about NADI, I thought it's NADI river. But we say, of course, it's a, this thing, kind of association. It's a kind of unity of togetherness. So this is the greatness of this particular event. Thank you. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.